Hey, hello guys, welcome, vanakkam, vandanam, namaskaram. Today we are going to see about human health and disease. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to discuss about the diseases that a human can get. Okay, just some basic diseases, and about the immunity that is possessed by a human, and yeah, topics like that. So in this first part we are going to discuss one and only about diseases, some hypothesis that is over here, pathogens. Okay, all these things is, and also I've prepared very amazing notes which I'm going to write over here. I've not written them on this board. Okay, I was thinking to write them while filming. Okay. First, we have to check a few concepts that had been given by the NCRT, which is in our book. Okay, so first, who's father of Ayurveda? It is Hippocrates. Okay, he's the one who's father of Ayurveda. He has given a hypothesis which says if a person is having black bile, what is black bile? It is bile juice. Okay, if a person is having black bile, then that means that person is having fever. Okay, so okay, so this total concept, this black bile thing, this fever thing is there, right, which is given by Hippocrates. This is wrong. Okay, this is not correct. This is wrong. Okay, do you know who said that it was wrong? It was said by Williams. Okay, it was proved. Okay, it was disapproved by Williams. Okay. By Williams. William, not Williams. Okay, a lot of Netflix is happening. Okay, William. Well, what did he say is, he said he just did one basic experiment, that he had taken a model which is just like human, and what he did is he gave the similar temperature thing, he passed blood, okay, circulation, everything he was able to do, and with that he was able to conclude, okay, some sort of the experiment just like that I said, right? Okay, similar experiment he did, and he was able to disapprove that no, what you are saying is wrong. Okay, so this is one hypothesis. Then see disorders. Now we are going to see about disease. A few basic things first we will discuss about disease. What is this disease actually? The terminology. Disease means dis-ease. Okay, dis-ease. There are totally two different terms, right? This means inability. You can say it as inability. Ease means comfortableness. Yes. So the inability, yeah, the inabilitiness to feel comfortableness. That means you will not be able to feel comfortable when you are having a disease. That is what the word disease means. Okay, I think you would have studied this in your class 9th itself. I studied this in that time only. I can still remember it somehow. I don't know that one. Okay, so disease is, yeah, this is what the meaning is. And if you want to split disease, we can split disease in terms of two different things. What are they? Contagious or spreadable disease. Non-contagious. Okay, it means a disease which is able to spread. So what is that best example? This is the great disease that kept all of us happy for about 1.5 years, which is Corona. Okay, next is very common disease. What is that? It is a cold and we get regularly. Okay, no matter whether we eat ice cream or not. Then non-contagious disease. Well, these diseases will not be spread just by physical contact. Best example is going to be cancer, tumor. Okay, tumor and cancer are very same. Not very same. Like their difference is not that much. They are very similar to each other. Okay, genetic disorders. Okay, like this we can say. So most of the contagious diseases will be like by bacteria. We can say that most of the contagious diseases are bacteria, virus. Okay, see, contagious disease is there, right? Most of the disease. Now we are going to study. What we are going to study is, we are going to study about contagious diseases only a lot. Non-contagious diseases, mostly they will be genetic disorders only. Even cancer is a genetic disease. Okay, it is. A lot of people are getting cancer if their father and their mother is having cancer, then also the young ones, the offsprings will be getting in a particular timeline. And this non-contagious, these genetic disorders are those which we have studied already in the principle of inheritance, right? We have already studied about there itself. We have also studied about Mendelian disorders, which are very same. We have also seen about non-Mendelian disorders. So now we are going to mainly concentrate on contagious diseases. Okay. See, totally there are 5 persons. Okay, there are totally 5 living organisms which causes this contagious diseases according to our syllabus. First, very common. I will start with our king, which is corona. Which is virus. Virus is the best example we can give. Also corona, which okay, I have said that corona a lot of times. So next is bacterial diseases. This is bacterial diseases one. Next is fungi. Yeah, fungi is also, a lot of persons may not know that fungi can cause disease, but mainly fungi causes skin diseases like rashes, itching, all these. Okay, fungi will cause. Then after this, you will be getting, what else do we have? We have prokaryotes. Sorry, helminths first. Helminths. What is the word helminths means? One of the greatest thing that I'm afraid is of this helminths only. It means worms. Okay, these worms which are causing us disorders. Really very disgusting. Okay. Next is protozoans. Best example for protozoan is going to be our malaria. Okay, so I'm going to give you also examples. So examples will be very good. Okay, so our NCT examples only we are going to see. What are those? First is virus. Rhinovirus. Okay, rhinovirus is the cause of the common cold that we generally get. Yeah, common cold is a disease that is caused by a virus only. That is why medicines are not that much effective on this virus. Okay, if you are using medicines now, then it will be taking you about 1 week to cure this rhinovirus. If you are not using now, it will be taking you 7 days to cure this rhinovirus disease. Okay, okay. So next, virus we have only this one. For bacteria we have 2 different examples. First is going to be typhoid. I think also many of us would have got typhoid fever. I don't know whether did I get or not. Next is pneumonia. We have seen that which causes, okay, which microbe causes this pneumonia in our microbes in human welfare. Well, causing pneumonia is not welfare for us. If it is caused to our enemy, then it is our welfare. It is caused by streptococci and also about influenza. Okay, Haemophilus influenza is also another disease that is a cause of pneumonia. We will be studying about that also. Here helminths. Okay, so helminth we don't have that much. Only two different diseases. First is ascariasis. Next is fibriosis. So fibriosis, or also known as elephantiasis. Okay. Next is elephantiasis. Yeah, pronunciation. Next is protozoans, which is malaria. Then amoebiosis. What is the meaning of amoebiosis? Amoebiasis. That is ringworm disease. Okay, ringworm is a very common example. Even if these fungi diseases are not treated properly, they can also cause death. Even though they are mainly visible on skin, but they can also cause death. Okay. So first, what we are going to see is we are going to see typhoid. Okay, see, what we are going to do is we shall do like this. Every disease, okay, every disease will have this category, which is causing organism. Okay, causing organism, the organism which causes this disease. Okay, causing organism. Then site of action, the particular place where that particular bacteria or that fungi or that helminths or that virus, okay, or that, yeah, all these 5 organisms is there, right? That place is what known as site of action. The particular place where they go and attack the pathogen, where go and attacks, okay, the pathogen. Then after that we are having mode of infection. Okay, next is mode of infection. Yeah, from where will we get that particular disease is what known as mode of infection. Next is symptoms. What are the symptoms that you will be getting if you get that disease? Symptoms. Then at last but not the least, diagnosis. Okay, by what will you diagnose that disease? Diagnosis. Okay. So this is what we are going to see. Well, this diagnosis test is not for every disease, okay. In our book they have not given it for every disease, only for a few diseases they have given. And also only one disease, that is this disease, which is very special disease. This is the reason why this is very special, that is their story. This disease is having one story, just like them. It is very similar, it is very common to Bloody Mary story. Similar, okay. So first is causing organism. Which organism causes this typhoid? It is caused by Salmonella typhi. Spelling, I'm always having trouble with spelling. Salmonella. Okay, so this is what the organism which causes this typhoid fever. Okay, so this typhoid disease. Next is site of action, and also this disease is very common. Literally everyone would have known, or at least would have seen a friend who has got this typhoid. Okay, site of action. Where will this? What is this? Before that, what is this? This is actually a bacterial disease. Okay, this is a bacterial disease. you will write it in pink color so that it will be highlighted. Next is site of action. So this will be going and will be settled in the small intestine. We will also have another organism which will be going to our large intestine. We will be seeing about that also. Next is mode of infection. See, this will be, you will be getting this one and only by food and water. Contaminated. If the food and water is contaminated, then you will be getting it. Best example is the story. With the story, we will be studying this one. Next is symptoms. What are the symptoms that you will be getting when you get the typhoid disease? Very, very easy. First, okay, so this has gone to small intestine. So then, one thing before going to the symptom topic, one thing I have to say, in our immunity, we will be studying about immunity, right? Over there, we will be studying about types of immunity also. In there is one natural phenomenon which is done by the body itself, that is, the body will be increasing its temperature for two different purposes. First is in order to eliminate the disease. But just by increasing the temperature, the body will not be able to eliminate the disease. Okay. Second is to give us the indication, some sort of indication that something is happening in our body which is not natural. Okay. Some sort of pathogen has entered into our body. Okay. So that rise in temperature is what said as fever. So literally for every disease we will be seeing fever. Okay, as a symptom, which is a primary symptom. Okay, so fever is first, and then weakness, then stomach pain. Yeah, I will say one more thing also. Stomach pain, loss of appetite, constipation, so then at last headache. Okay, so here you can see that this particular type, Salmonella type E, goes to our small intestine, then there only does its work. Yes, right. So that means some sort of problem you will be getting in your stomach. What is that? You will be getting stomach pain. Okay, this is the first problem that you will be getting. Okay, because it is going on, it is showing its work in the stomach only. Okay, in the small intestine, which is over here. So automatically you will be getting stomach pain. Well, generally we won't say intestinal pain. We say stomach pain only. Even though stomach is over here and intestine is over here, but we say wherever over here if you are getting pain, then we say it as stomach pain only. Yes, right. Then after that, loss of appetite. Yeah, so that means since you are getting constipation and you will be getting headache, then automatically you will not have any appetite to eat anything. No matter how much big non-vegetarian lover you are, you will not get any appetite for any food. Okay, because automatically your brain will be tuned like that. When you have started to get constipation and headache and stomach pain, you will lose every appetite that you have. Okay, and constipation is also something that you can learn from small intestinal attack itself. Then headache. Okay, this is also an indication to say that there is something that's happening in your body which is not normal. Next is diagnosis. How will you diagnose? How will you diagnose? I diagnose this one. It is by Widal test. Okay, Widal test. It is a very special test. Okay, that is done to diagnose this typhoid bacteria itself. A very special test that is done to diagnose this typhoid bacteria itself. It is not a common test. It is a special test. Next is the story. Okay, the story is similar to Bloody Mary, I said, right? Because it is the story of Mary. Okay, it is the story of Mary. Okay, so Mary Mallon is her name. Okay, Mary Mallon is her name, but her nickname is Typhoid Mary. Is Typhoid Mary. Okay. What happened is, this Mary Mallon is a chef. Okay, is a cook. She used to cook in many places. Now she's not alive. Many years ago. Okay, so she was cooking in many different places. she has this typhoid disease which is caused by Salmonella typhi. But the thing is, she did not get any of these symptoms. Okay, no symptoms. She was not able to get any of the symptoms. That is the greatest, what can I say, miracle that has happened. She did not get fever. She did not get any weakness. She did not get any stomach pain. She did not lose any appetite. She did not get constipation. She did not get headache. Okay, so nothing happened to her. So she did not get any doubt. Absolutely, when you are having one problem in one day, you will be starting to think about it. When you are having no problem, then nothing is the problem. And since she is a chef, she goes to many different places and she cooks. And it seems she won't wear any gloves or mask. In those times, I don't think even gloves and masks were that much familiar to chefs. So while cooking, what she did is she just contaminated every food. Okay, every food she contaminated. So because of that reason itself, this particular Mary Mallon, this person caused, okay, she spreaded this disease to many persons. Okay, so wherever she is going to cook, that person will be getting stomach pain, headache, fever, and also this typhoid they will be getting. So that is why she has got this name called Typhoid Mary, and this continued. Okay, the series continued for ages. Okay, ages in sense for years. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to see next disease. That is pneumonia. Pneumonia is also a disease that is caused by bacteria only. Okay, so pneumonia. Okay, which is caused by the bacteria. See, here all this except diagnosis, you will be getting everything. Symptoms, more like this infection. So first is this causing organism. Okay, we will first check where does this organism go and cause. Okay, what does this organism do, that also you will be seeing, and what is the name of the organisms, plus what are the symptoms. Okay, so already I said that in the previous seminar event, that is, it is caused by streptococci. Okay, streptococci is one disease. Then also it is by Haemophilus influenza. I said now Haemophilus influenza. 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 Okay. Next is site of action. Where does this disease go and take place? Okay. Where does this particular organism, this Haemophilus influenzae and this streptococci, go and do their function? That is in the lungs. Okay. Our lungs. Because this is the opt place where they can grow and where they can reproduce. See, here I said intestine, here I said lungs, and every organism just changes their place, right? Because that is their opt place where they can go and reproduce, where they can go and live inside an organism. If they go somewhere else, for example, if they go to stomach, then HCl will be closing their chapter. If they stay in the mouth itself, then we have the basic nature, which is by saliva, right? That will be also closing the chapter. So like that, they will be going and they will be situating in a very opt place where they can live. And they can maintain their families. Next is mode of infection. By what will they get this infection? Is by inhaling the affected, so by inhaling the droplets okay, aerosols, or sharing utensils. Sharing utensils. Okay, sharing utensils with the affected person. So if a person has got this disease, then in that case, generally what we do, we are social creatures, right? So we will be very much mingled, and in this time, okay, in this time what you have to do is, if a person has got this disease now, then you will be getting this disease by inhaling the droplets. That means droplets in sense it can be their saliva, or yeah, it can be their saliva. Then aerosols. When they sneeze, some amount of saliva will be coming, right? That those droplets are not said as droplets; those are said as aerosols because they are combined with the air. Okay, with the air. Or also sharing the utensils. That means if you are going and using something that is used by them, then you will be also getting this particular disease. Okay. Next is what are symptoms. See here, what is there? It is affected at the lungs only. Okay. So that means the symptoms also will be very similar to the function of the lungs. First of all, you will not be able to breathe properly, so you will be getting cough. Okay, so since you are not able to breathe that much properly, in the extreme cases, okay, not in the very normal cases, in the severe cases, severe cases, what happens is the lips, okay, lips and nails, okay, nails turn grey, okay, may turn grey to bluish, okay, so they will be turning to bluish. Why is this happening? Because in the severe cases they will not be able to breathe that properly, so the CO2 will be over there inside the body itself, okay, and the O2 inhalation will not be done that properly, so that automatically the color will be changed over here, okay, in lips and over nails. Okay, this is the place where it is highly visible. The change of color in your nails and also in lips indicates that your body does not have the required amount of O2. It is having a large amount of CO2. That is why even here you can see which are veins which are slightly bluish in color, because veins carry only carbon dioxide blood, right? Yes, right. So that is why it is also bluish in color, because here this blood is having only CO2. It has a very small amount of O2 only. It has a large amount of CO2 in its blood veins. So that is why you can see the bluish color. Okay. So then after that you will be getting headache. Headache is also a very common indicator, okay, that you are having some sort of problem in your body. Okay. Then you will be getting fever. As I said, that fever will be for every disease. Then chills. If you are getting chills, okay, fever, and then automatically chills will be there, right? You will be shivering. That is what this chills is. Okay. Next disease is, okay, just now we have completed bacteria. Now we are going to enter into the phase of virus. Okay, virus. Which is, okay, common cold. So as I said that first you are going to see the causing organism. Then you are going to see about site of action. Okay. Then after that, mode of infection. Then symptoms. Symptoms is the place where you have to focus a lot. Okay. So common cold is caused by rhinovirus. Okay, site of action, where normally just think you will not be able to breathe properly. So here even, and also it will not affect lungs. If it affects lungs now, then see, one and only disease that affects lungs according to our anxiety portion, which is in our anxiety portion, is a pneumonial disease. Common cold will not affect lungs, so it will be affecting the air tract and then the nose. Okay, so nostrils you can say, windpipe also I can say. Okay, so respiratory passage, nose and the respiratory passage. But the thing that you have to notice, not the lungs. It will not affect your lungs. Note this one point. Okay. Next is mode of infection. It will be affecting you by contaminated objects. Okay, ma. So here also it is contaminated objects only. Here also it is here it is not contaminated. Here it is from another person. Here it is from contaminated object only. Okay, but aerosol, droplets, utensils, all these are also contaminated only from that particular affected person. Okay, patient. Okay, so then what are the symptoms? What are the symptoms? What are the symptoms? Symptoms are, first you will not be able to breathe properly. That means you will be having struggles because mucus will be all over your nose. So you will not be able to breathe correctly. So this is known as nasal, that thing I said right just now. So that is known as nasal congestion. Okay, congestion. Congestion and discharge. That means mucus will be coming out of your nose. Okay, then lot of people may notice this, that if they get rhinovirus, that means if they get common cold, then automatically they will be getting a sore throat. What am I writing when I don't know? Okay, next after this is cough you will be getting, headache also you will be getting. As I said, that headache is a very common indicator that you are having some sort of problem. And at last but not the least, that you will be getting hoarseness. Okay, hoarseness. Next after this that we are going to see is malaria. Okay, so this malaria is a very important disease. So we will see this malaria at last. Okay, since it is very important, we will see this malaria at last. Now we will be going to amoebiosis. Okay, so what is this amoebiosis? Amoebiosis and then this ascariasis. These two are helminths. Okay, these two are caused by helminths. So now we are going to enter into the phase of helminths. First is amoebiosis. Okay. I'm so weak in this spelling. Amoebiasis. Okay. So this amoebiasis is caused by So first is this causing organism. It is caused by entamoeba. Okay, so entamoeba histolytica. Okay, histolytica. I will write it over here. Okay, next is site of action. Where will this go and will this affect it? It affects in the large intestine. common cold, respiratory passage, nostrils, pneumonia, lungs, typhoid is in the small intestine. Okay, so this affects in the large intestine. These two are concentrating in our intestine only. So you can say that large intestine symptoms and small intestine symptoms will be kind of similar. Okay, because these two are. Next is mode of infection. You will be getting it from mechanical carrier, like contaminated food only. See, whichever thing that goes to your intestine is by food only. Yes, right. Food is what going to your intestine. There is no way that it can affect your esophagus or your stomach because it has HCl. But in your intestine there is no such thing called as HCl. So it can affect very easily your small intestine. Here it affects your large intestine. Okay, by contaminated food, and it like the food is being contaminated not by Bloody Mary or by Mary Magdalene. It is being contaminated by a very serious, very common friend, that is by housefly. Okay. So yeah, it is being contaminated by housefly. Okay, which is a mechanical carrier. For here it is a mechanical carrier. Okay, next is symptoms. What are the symptoms? First you will see what are the symptoms over there. That is constipation. Constipation. Loss of appetite will be also over here. Okay, but the thing is it is not given over there. Okay, loss of appetite. Okay, next is stomach pain you will be getting. Well, the thing is here it is said as cramp, abdominal pain and cramp. It is not said as pain. Okay, stomach pain it is said as abdominal. Cramp. Okay, cramp and pain. And then in the fecal matter you will be able to see blood clots. Okay, blood clots you will be able to see in the fecal matter, which is also said as stool. Okay, stool is the other word that is used for fecal matter. So you will be able to see blood clots and mucus. Okay, so these are the very general symptoms that a person can have when they are being affected by entamoeba histolytica, okay, which causes amoebiosis. You can see that some symptoms are very common to are typhoid. So in some places also typhoid will be mistaken for entamoebiasis. That is why there is a very specialized test in order to confirm whether it is typhoid or not. We are having vital test. Yeah, vital test. Okay, ma. Okay, so after amoebiasis, we are having ascariasis. Okay, which is also caused by Hellman's only. Ascariasis, okay, which is caused by Hellman's. Okay, so as usual, you are going to have all these which I am going to write. Okay, causing organism. Okay, then after that, mode of site of action. Site of action. Okay, mode of infection. Then after this mode of infection also you will be getting symptoms. Okay, symptoms. Okay, so ascariasis. Okay, ascariasis, which is caused by a helminth. Okay, so here amoebiosis is caused by a virus. Okay, amoebiosis is caused by a virus. By a protozoan. So sorry. Protozoan. Okay, malaria and then this one. Okay, malaria and then this amoebiosis. These two are caused by protozoans. Typhoid. This one is amoebiosis and malaria. Sorry, amoebiosis and malaria are caused by protozoans. Helminths is caused. See, helminth is here now. Helminth only by ascariasis and fibriosis. For helminth, okay, you can see for both. Okay, not for both. For this helminths, their last term in their nomenclature will be cis. Okay, so ascariasis and fibriosis. Okay, and for protozoans you will be having for this amoebiosis also at last by cis. Okay, but mainly anything that is caused by this helminths, and they will be having this cis at their last. Okay, helminth. Ascariasis is caused by helminth. There is no doubt in that. They are here only. See over here, other than this place, if you are checking their names, here it is Salmonella typhi, here it is Streptococcus and Haemophilus influenza, here it is rhinovirus and Entamoeba histolytica. Only over here the name is very simple. Ascariasis. So then Ascaria, Ascaris. Very small and very easy name. Next is here what you will be getting is site of action, that is stomach area. Stomach, intestine. Okay. Mode of infection is the contaminated water. Okay. Is contaminated. You can see I said you now anything that goes to your gut system. Okay. After the stomach is not possible, but the abdomen. Abdomen. Abdominal pain you'll be getting, so I'll write it as gut system. No, abdomen even I'll write. Okay, intestine. Okay, so mode of infection is by contaminated food. Oh God. It is raining outside. Suddenly door started to open and I got afraid that it was some sort of ghost. I have two ghosts in my room. One is myself and another is myself only. Symptoms. Okay. So what are the symptoms that you will be able to see? Severe abdominal pain, severe stomach pain. Okay. Severe stomach pain. Stomach pain. Okay, vomiting, you will be vomiting. Okay, a muscular pain also you will be having. That means your muscles will be growing, will be paining a lot. Then blockage in the intestinal intestine. Okay, blockage in the intestinal passage. Okay. Okay, and also weakness. You will be very much weak. Fever. How can I forget fever? Fever, headache. A headache and then weakness. Why weakness? Because you will be vomiting, then automatically you will not be able to get the nutrients that are sufficient. Normally you want nutrients, and in the time where you are being affected by a disease, you want to heal from the disease. So automatically you want still a lot of nutrients. But here you are vomiting, so you will not be able to get the enough nutrients that are sufficient. So you will be weakened, you will be getting headache and fever. Okay, and also you will be losing all the appetites over here. Not only over here, the place wherever the place you are being your stomach area is being affected, wherever the place where you are vomiting, then automatically you will be losing your appetite. Okay, so asteriasis has got completed. Then fibrosis. Okay, fibrosis. What is this fibrosis or filariasis? Oh, what is this? Filariasis. Or also known as elephantiasis. Okay, elephantiasis. Okay. Also known as elephantiasis. Filariasis are also known as elephantiasis. For here also we are having also same categories, such as symptoms, mode of infection, then site of action, at last but not the least, which is causing organism. Okay, sorry for the external noise. Okay, so what is the causing organism for here? I said it is a helminth. Okay, it is helminth. So that means it is absolutely going to be a worm, right? It is Ochirichia. Okay, it is Ochirichia. In animal kingdom, one of the most important classification is going to be this Ochirichia only. Okay, in Ochirichia itself, there are totally two different types. Ochirichia itself, there are totally two different types. Okay, one is going to be Bancrofti. Okay, W. Okay, Ochirichia bancrofti, and then Ochirichia mellai. Okay, mellai. So these are those two different types where this can be causing. Okay, this is what the causing is. Next site of action is lymphatic blood vessels. Okay, lymphatic. What does it mean? See, in every limbs, what is the lymph? See, for example, blood vessels you will be taking. You take this as a blood vessel. Over here, this will be going and it will be taking a circle. That means all the lymphatic fluids will be stored over here itself. So that actually will be resulting over the larging size. Okay, the large size. Okay, the leg will be it'll be bigger day by day. It will be bigger because there won't be any flow of this lymph. Lymph will be accommodated in a single place. Okay, so that is why it will be giving you elephantiasis. In Tamil, I think it is said as Yanai Kal. I think so. I'm not that strong in Tamil terminologies, neither in English. Okay, anyways. Okay, so this is what this elephantiasis means. Oh. Next, after this, we are going to see mode of infection. Okay, so how how will you get this? By female mosquito vectors. By female so female mosquitoes is what actually the carrier of this female mosquito vectors. Okay, so female mosquito is the carrier of this this particular worm, which is Ochirichia. So Ochirichia is actually a bancrofti and malaria. That you have to remember. Okay. Next, after that, you are going to get symptoms. Only one thing. Okay. Only one thing. Very important thing is chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation. which means the size is being big, right? So that is what the meaning is. Okay. Next, after this, we are going to see about malaria. Malaria, very, 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 very important. Okay, we will see at last malaria. Okay, malaria we alone will be seeing at last. Next is ringworms. Okay, at last but not the least, which is going to be the second last. Okay, which is going to be ringworms. So this is a category of fungi. Same, what you are going to get, first of all, you are going to have causing organism. Okay, next is mode of infection. Okay, sorry, site of action and then mode of infection. Then symptoms. Okay, so see, this is caused by a particular fungi. The species known as Microsporum. Okay, so here in this Microsporum, even you are having two different. One is going to be Trichophyton. Okay, Trichophyton. Next is Epidermophyton. Yeah, Epidermophyton. Okay, so Trichophyton and Epidermophyton, their last name, which is python, is same over here and here. That you have to note. Okay, like that you can easily remember. Then site of action. So this goes, yeah. See, as I said, right, fungi will be always going and will be attacking to your outer surface only. That means, what are the outer surfaces? Skin or nail. Okay, and also scalp. Scalp in sense over here. Okay. Scalp. Next is mode of infection. Yeah. See, from soil or also by using the cloths or towels that is already used by the affected person. Okay, soil are using the cloths that are used by the affected person. Okay, then okay, what are the symptoms? Dry scaly lesions on various parts of body such as skin, nails, scalp, accompanied by intensely itching. Okay, so first is I'm going to write dry scaly skin or also scalp. Yes, scalp is one thing. And okay, yeah, nails, sorry, dry and scaly nails, and intense itching, only in the scalp. Okay, so only in the scalp, only the intense itching will be there, and that there won't be any there won't be intense itching. Okay, so these are those important things that you have to see over here. Okay, so now we are going to malaria. Okay, malaria is caused by protozoans. See, malarial causing protozoans are actually of 4 different types. Okay, in our book they have given only 3 different, but actually they are 4 different types. Okay, so what are they? Okay, so one is going to be sorry. Their prefix should be P, plasmodium. So one should be vivax. Okay, then ovale is something that they did not give in our book. Okay, ovale is something that they did not give in our book. Next is malaria itself. Then at last but not the least, which is going to be falciparum. Okay, so yeah, falciparum. The thing is, see, many of us, I got one day malaria, I got dengue, yeah, my brother got malaria one day, and I think I got, I don't know, I cannot remember, because I got those many diseases, not one or two, many diseases, I cannot remember each and every disease name. Okay, so I got some sort of fever, okay, but my fever was very less tense. That means the disease that I had was very less tense. So only one day I was able to put leave for school. But my brothers, it was extremely high peak in level. I think he was putting leave around 1 week or something like that. It is because, see, over here, falciparum is very vital. Very dangerous. Other than that, okay, these 3 are okay, comparatively okay, but this is very vital. Okay, falciparum. If you are getting, if in case, okay, I know you are, my view is right, you will be always healthy, you won't be like me. So, falciparum, if you get, there is no, okay, someone gets falciparum, malaria, so then they will be affected a lot than if they get vivax or malaria or ovale. Okay, so yeah, this P means protozoa. The P means protozoans. Okay, once again. Okay. See, the first thing is very simple. That's going to be plasmodium is there now. Plasmodium. Yeah, these are actually plasmodium only. Okay, so protozoans responsible for the disease, okay, are actually of different species of plasmodium. These are different species of plasmodium. Okay, see, plasmodium, these are varieties of plasmodium. Here what I'm coming to say is plasmodium is what actually will be entering into our body. Okay, enters into human body. Oh, human body. Okay, in the form of sporozoites. In the form of sporozoites. Okay, so it enters in the form of sporozoite. Okay, by these sporozoites, okay, come from Anopheles female mosquito. Yeah, Anopheles female mosquito. Okay, so from Anopheles female mosquito, see, this Anopheles female mosquito will be having this particular sporozoite, okay, which is a type of plasmodium. It can be of any of these 4 varieties, okay, that will be storing this particular sporozoite in its salivary gland only. Okay, so when it bites, it will be injecting, right, its needle. So automatically this sporozoite will be also injected into the human. Okay, then what happens is this plasmodium, which had been entered into our body in the form of sporozoite, which is the highest form, okay, you can say it is the strongest form, then automatically, okay, the first place where it attacks is liver. Okay, it goes to the liver and then it develops. Okay, then it targets RBC. See, parasites initially multiply within the liver. Okay, first they develop in sense they will be multiplying or reproducing, we can say. Okay. actually this particular sporozoite should be going on and should be occupying the entire body, but the amount of sporozoite that will be produced by the mosquito will be very less. Okay, so that is why first they have to reproduce. Okay, so the reproduction will be happening in the liver only. So after this reproduction, they will be going and they will be attacking RBC. Okay, RBC, where after attacking of RBC, they will make this RBC to be okay. They will make this RBC to burst. Okay, to burst. Then a particular toxin. Okay, a particular toxin which is known as hemozoin, will be released. Okay, so where this particular toxin is what responsible for the chill and the fever that we have. Okay, chills and fever. And also this will be very regular, that is for 3 to 4 days. Every once in 3 to 4 days, this particular person who had been affected by this malaria, so they will be having chills and fever exactly in this particular time. Okay, for a few persons will be very systematic in this particular time, in this particular day. Okay, like 3 to 4 days after in this particular time they will be getting this. Okay, now what happens is, okay, so this sporozoite is in all over the body now. Now in this particular condition, since it is all over the body, if another mosquito comes, and then it bites the person who had been already affected, by this malaria. Okay. Oh. Bites the person who had been affected by this disease. Okay, when it affects, then automatically this sporozoite will be entering into the mosquito. Okay, so yeah, this parasite will be entering into the mosquito's body, and then there it will be developing. Here only the development process takes place. Okay, here only the development process takes place. Okay, here development process takes place. The development process takes place, and this development happens. Okay, so this development happens in the salivary gland. Of the mosquito. So again, whenever this mosquito bites another person, another human, then again the same process repeats. Okay, so this is how this one enters. Okay, so this is what the circle is. Now we will be seeing about the NCRT circle. Okay, so the NCRT circle. Okay, so here is the first condition. So here is what the first case is, where the mosquito comes and then it bites you, where by this biting itself it will be releasing what? It will be releasing sporozoites. Sporozoites will be released into your hands. Okay, so now not into your hands, the particular place where it bites, and then they will be going to liver. Okay, so parasites which are sporozoites reach to the liver via blood. Okay, by blood they will be coming and they will be reaching to the blood, and this is what their first affecting place. Affecting place. Yes. Okay. Then over here, Over here is the place where they reproduce. See, the parasite reproduces asexually in the liver cells, bursting the cell and releasing into the blood. Yeah. So liver cells are there, right? So liver will be having cells. What they do is these sporocytes go into the cell and then they reproduce over there asexual. Asexually, one of the most important keyword in this malaria is that these sporocytes reproduce asexually in the liver cells. Okay. So then that means after their reproduction in the liver cells asexually, they will be bursted. Okay, they will be bursted, and then these sporozoites will be entering into the RBC. Okay, so parasites reproduce asexually in the red blood cells also. Yeah, so in the red blood cells also they reproduce asexually, bursting the red. Only in one place they will be reproducing sexually, which is in the mosquito. In the entire human part. Okay, in the entire human part they reproduce asexually only in mosquito they reproduce sexually. Okay, so parasite means sporozoites only. So these sporozoites reproduce asexually in the red blood cells, bursting the red blood cells and releasing. Okay, yeah, so bursting this red blood cell and then releasing the toxin known as hemozoin. Okay, so bursting the red blood cells and causing cycles of fever and other symptoms, releasing parasite infect new red blood cells. Okay, release the parasites infect this. Okay, so over here also what will happen? First here, from here you will be getting new sporozoites. Okay, so these new sporozoites will be going and will be affecting to this RBC, and over here also this cycle remains. Okay, see, only one sporozoite has entered into this particular RBC. One RBC, yeah. So one sporozoite has entered into that RBC, and over there it reproduces asexually, and then a lot of sporozoites has come. Then again you can zoom. In YouTube even there is zoom option, now you can zoom and you can see. Okay, so over here again what will happen is, since it has developed enough amount, they will be bursted. Okay, this will be bursted and then they will be affecting. These new sporozoites will be going to new RBC, and then again the same process continues. Then over here you can see, okay, sexual stages. Okay, so from here only the sexual stages is there. Here it is fully human host, here it is mosquito as the host. What happens over here? Here this particular here you can see that there are gametes. Okay, so there are totally two different types of gametes. One is female gamete, another is male gamete. Okay, so where these gametocytes, okay, so they will be entering into the blood. Okay, they will be entering into, they will be entering into the mosquito. Now this human is the one who is having all these parasites. The mosquito is not having this parasite. So when it bites, these will enter into the mosquito. Okay, so they will be entering into the mosquito. Then female mosquito takes up gametocytes with blood. Okay, with blood meal. That means for them blood is the meal. They are like vampires, right? So they take blood as the meal, and also they take these gametocytes. So what are those gametocytes? Female and male gametes is what they are. Those gametocytes. Okay. Over mosquito, fertilization and development takes place in the mosquito intestine. Yeah, in the intestine of the mosquito. But for us, only in two different places, where it is in the liver and in the RBC. For mosquito, it is salivary gland and then in the intestine. This is one point that you have to note. Okay, so after it has done in intestine, that means the fertilization has done. Then matured infective stages, sporozoites escape from intestine and migrate to the mosquito's salivary gland. Yeah, so from the intestine they will be migrating, and then they will be going to the salivary gland of the mosquito. Then again they will be coming to human itself. So when the mosquito bites another human, then again this mosquito injects the same thing. So without knowing even, we are mosquito is helping this sporozoites. Okay, this plasmodium. Okay, so with this we complete this video, and we will be meeting in another amazing video. Till then, bye bye.